I don't care. What is a world without Furii?
The dawn, and time tells its tale. Dark and blood, it flows. The forest receives.
The Empire is not satisfied with mere conquest. They seek complete reconstruction.
The Empire is too strong!
Impertinent jackals, I shall burn you all.
Do not die.
Stop! Don't worry about me! Please, run away!
What horror befalls this land?
Caim,
So
please,
pretty.
no more! We cannot!
I call out these prayers to the skies. Fill me with thought. See your face. I carry these memories inside. Thoughts of the soul, colored by love.
That's not true. You carry the awful weight of the seal. We must find you a place to rest.
Allow him to bathe in her gratitude and love.
I truly love Furii with my innermost soul.
The goddess will die.
No, that's not true. You lie.
Watching you.
No more gods. We are free.
Don't look at me.
Hey everybody, and welcome to Let's Play Drakengard. This is going to be a YouTube exclusive, and this is one of my favorite games of all time, so yeah, we're just going to jump right into it. This, for those of you who know about Nier Automata, you probably heard of Nier Automata, maybe even Nier Replicant, which they just remade not too long ago. Nier Replicant is actually a sequel to this game. Now, there are 3 Drakengard games. I plan on playing the first 2. I'm not a huge fan of Drakengard 3, which is a prequel anyway, and possibly the 2 Nier games, but let's just get into it. Yes, normal. This game is not super easy, if I remember right, but it's also not super
It
difficult.
is an ancient time, and dragons still roam upon the earth.
Oh,
2 great powers, the Union and the Empire, wage fierce war for the control of a goddess who protects the harmony of the world. In only a short time, the Empire has become powerful beyond reckoning, and now it turns to attack the castle where the Union safeguards the goddess. The world teeters on the brink of chaos. Its fate now lies in the hands of one man.
yes, and who is that beautiful one man? Tell us, disembodied voice. Chapter 1, Beginnings. Now, for one thing you're going to notice is this game is a little older. It still looks fine for a 2003 game, I believe. So this was around the time of Final Fantasy X. And still made by Square Enix. But you can definitely see the beginnings of what would be the Nier series very quickly in this.
It begins.
Yes, very astute of you, Furii. The music is also just like ominous. This whole soundtrack is so good. If you like this ominous kind of sound. And there is Guts Light. Yeah, so there's our main character. He is basically angrier Guts with less emotions. But a lot of brute strength. There you go, Caim. Responds by cutting him in half. God. But that's a pretty big wound you took.
Footy Eye.
Run, Caim, run! Alright, so now we're going to get into the game itself, which I find it fun, but I can see why some people don't. So, before we get into it, actually, I'll say there are two different types of combat in this game. The first is going to be in the first mission, second mission, or third mission. And you'll see. But first, Caim and his Union soldiers battle toward the castle to protect Footy Eye, goddess of the seals, and Caim's only sister. The Empire murdered Caim's parents and destroyed his kingdom. Now it assaults the very castle where his sister is safeguarded. With revenge cold in his heart, Caim hurls himself at the army of the Empire. Yeah, and one thing you will pick up, and if you're watching from either my Twitch, my TikTok, or my Chronicles of Rivera streams, there's one thing you will pick up about this.
Caim! The Empire has surrounded the castle!
One thing you'll pick up from this is that a lot of the storytelling and character designs and writing and character quirks, I am not as dark as Yoko Taro is in Drakengard 1. In fact, I like to say Drakengard 2 is more like what I... Ooh! Drakengard 2 is more like what I am like writing-wise, with a little bit of Drakengard 1 sprinkled in the mix. But if you can't tell, Drakengard 1's gameplay is Dynasty Warriors. But with a nice Berserk-esque aesthetic. So, and as you can see, this is the game that, if you know anything about me, made my love of Berserk happen. Because I didn't know what Berserk was when this game existed. Because I was 10. And yes, I played this game on release at age 10. Which a lot of you might be thinking, ah, whatever, I played God of War at 12 or whatever. Just wait. Ooh, get out of there, Caim. Gotta get the hang of the controls. I have not played this game in years. And also, yes, just because some of you are going to ask, I am playing on an emulator. However, I am completely justified in that, as I actually own a physical copy of Drakengard and Drakengard 2. And Drakengard 3 for what it's worth. But since it's basically impossible to record a PS2 for me, I will not be attempting that. I will be playing this on a emulator on my extremely nice gaming PC. So yeah, if you can't tell, it's going to be pretty repetitive for a while. Like, in the beginning of the game, you don't even have a lot of options for combat. You have your magic attack, which I just completely missed, and you have a 3-hit combo, and you see me doing that attack a lot. Anytime your sword glows, you can hit the magic button to do like a super attack. But if you don't, then you just get a normal 3-hit combo. So yeah, you got it, Caim. What a beautiful voice you have. Now, the joke I like to make is that Caim is what, for those of you who've even read a little bit of the books I've been writing, if you've been one of the beta readers I've had, thank you so much, by the way, for all of you. Caim, when he's grumpy, shares a lot of... Or Kylan, I should say, when he's grumpy, shares a lot of personality traits with Caim. Just nowhere near as, you know, horrific. But you'll see what we mean when we get to further into the story. This story, by the way, if you see Square Enix...
I mean, the goddess Footy Eye is in the castle.
Yes, I know, random guy. If you're expecting a Final Fantasy-like game, Final Fantasy at its darkest looks like a Saturday morning cartoon compared to Drakengard. So, do not be expecting that at all. It is a very dark game, and thankfully, for you guys, you don't have to suffer through the monotonous combat, because I will be able to do that for you. And it's kind of fixed camera angle, which is a little weird. I don't remember that from when I was a kid, but then again, when I was a kid, I didn't know what video game, how to do video game well. But yeah,
Lord Inuart is with the goddess.
oh yeah, Inuart's there. Yay, I'm sure he'll be useful. As you can see, they're doing a lot of typical RPG tropes of name dropping. The difference between this game and Dynasty Warriors, though, you don't see your other troops fighting anywhere in this game. It is all just you and the enemy. This game also does have multiple endings that I will be doing my best to get all 5, but that ending E will be, which leads into Nier, is the one I will be wanting to get, but it's pretty rough.
The castle's under attack! Please help us!
Fine, fine. Map, gotcha. Sorry guys, still figuring out the controls myself. And yeah, just like a typical Dynasty Warriors game, the more you level up, the more combos you get with your attack patterns. Hint, when Caim's weapon flash. Oh yeah, that's that thing I do. But yeah, there is experience in leveling. It is still an RPG, just a very hack-and-slash RPG. Or as Klemps put it, let me explain Drakengard's combat in a nutshell. I hit the square button,
You shall feed the ravens.
and occasionally the triangle button. Which is not inherently true, at least not in the beginning of the game, because you don't have a lot of combos. Oh, you're on a horse. And now he is the dead. But this game doesn't look awful by any means. Like, I've heard a lot of people say, oh, the Drakengard games look abysmal. And honestly, if you hate Dynasty Warriors-like games, then yeah, this game is not for you. But if you don't mind those and you want a really good story, then yeah, Drakengard is the game for you. Of course, when I say good story, I mean if you like dark storytelling.
They're within the castle walls. Your sister, I mean her ladyship, the goddess.
Enemies in the castle. The Imperial Guards block the gate. Defeat them and recover the portcullis key. Running, run. Yes, Caim, calm down. We know you're an angry, angry boy. Ooh, big guy.
The Empire soldiers have caught a dragon in the castle bailey.
Yep, and we can actually see said dragon through there. Is that just a JPEG of her, or is that an actual model? I think that's an actual in-game model, which is honestly kind of surprising considering Cavia and Team Dragonsphere were not given a huge budget for this game. Which this game did very well in Japan, but did not do as well in the States, which was the case for the entire Drakengard, I guess is what we're calling it. It's kind of like Soulsborne in that they're... Unlike... It's kind of the curse of the entire Drakengard family, is that Drakengard 1... The whole Drakengard series did okay in America and pretty well in Japan. Well enough to get sequels. Meanwhile, Nier Automata did phenomenal here in the West, and now so has Nier Replicant. Meaning there's rumors of remakes of the Drakengard series, which I would be fine with.
Protect her. Protect Furiai.
Yep, protect your sister. Good lad. I don't know what's going on there. Yay! I forget like how leveling up works in this. Is like you just get... Hey! Weapon Bone Breaker. I got an axe! Select weapons to carry in a battle. Select weapon from the list to the right and place it on the wheel. You may equip it up to 8 weapons. Yeah. And when you start the game, unfortunately, so as weapons level up, you get these things called weapon stories. So these weapon histories are like weapon stories, and they get background, like, a gift to Caim from his beloved father. Since he was a young child, Caim has idolized his gentle father and longed to fight strongly and bravely in battle beside him. And we are about to find out what happened to said Papa. So we have long swords and axes. Let's take a look at this. So this weapon is stronger and longer range, but it just doesn't look as cool. The simple common axe is made of a shaft hewn from a plank oak and a head cast crudely from pig iron. So it's a crude weapon, but has long reach. Each blow knocks the adversary off its feet. The pillar of rock bursts from the ground. Yeah, so this weapon is not great, but neither is Caim's sword at this point. But Caim's sword does get, like, way better than the other weapons as you level it up. And one of the endings in this game actually requires me to get, like, every weapon in the game, so... Oh, now, honestly, pretty good-looking FMV cutscenes, if we're being honest. And also, Caim's armor is just... I want that costume. Even though the only actual armor he's wearing is a breastplate. He's not even wearing chain. He's not even wearing bracers or greaves. He literally has a sword and a breastplate. And yep, those are Caim's parents, which they don't really outright explain, I don't think. So, I don't know, it's been a while. So Caim, not a fan of dragons, especially black dragons. So Black Dragon killed his parents.
Kill me if you desire, but you can never dirty my soul, wretched human.
Tell me, do you still want her to live, dragon?
What?
Having a little bit of glitch there.
There's no other way.
What makes you worthy of a pact with me?
Worthy or not, I wish to live. Despise me if you will, but I shall not die. Your answer, a pact or death.
Yeah. Caim's voice actor's not bad. He's really not. Angela, or... I'm gonna have to bleep that out. The dragon is also not bad. Inside the castle, Caim finds before him a dragon, the proud beast cruelly fettered. His parents were murdered by a dragon, but Caim knows that a pact will give him the power he needs to battle the Empire. And the dragon knows that only a pact can save his life. Or its life, because the dragon is female. In the besieged castle, the dying pair make a fateful decision to live. So, I guess I forgot that they explained it in this little blurb. There's probably a lot of things that I remember mostly like the cutscenes and the dialogue from the characters. So stuff like this I don't remember much. Okay, let's see how this axe
You
does.
interrupt us. Go back to hell, hyenas.
What are the R2 button? Push left down on the stick to the left or right to change your equip weapon. So this weapon is very slow, as you can tell. I mean, this axe. But the magic does a lot. But it does have a full combo. Now let's switch back to Caim's sword and see. Yep, still just the 3-hit combo. But it has a better... But it's just cooler looking.
Come now. Taste the steel of my sword.
Plus, it's also canon that he's wielding the sword in this fight. It never makes sense to me why the sword looks shorter in the actual in-game than it does in cutscenes. I hate when games do that sometimes. Bam! No, they did. There's a chest over here, though. Oh, health. I didn't need that. Okay, where's the enemies? There they are. You know what, we'll try the axe out a little bit more. I do like that it knocks everyone down every time you hit them with it. And it does way more damage. Okay, come on.
A pact with that which killed my parents.
Yeah, Caim, you're in between a rock and a hard place because you're bleeding out, even though the character model doesn't have anything on his back. Each mission has a time limit. I forgot about that. What's the time limit here? Oh, pfft, an hour. Get him! I completely missed that. Ah! No! Is L1 block? Nope. L2. Get him. 1v1 me, fool. Yeah, we're gonna go back to the sword just because it's...
I shall not die.
I mean, you're looking a little rough there, buddy. Come on, Caim. Okay, more enemies to kill. Get him. Get him. Yes, as you guys can see, this game, a pretty simple action game, but with an interesting premise and a good story. Now, I'm just gonna keep doing the same combo over and over and wail on this guy. Which you're gonna see me do a lot in this game. I'm sorry, guys. This game is not a game you guys are gonna want to watch me for the combat. It's gonna be a very story-driven. With exception of the next mission. Racist. Now, so with that, this may be the one series where I actually cut a lot of stuff.
Still alive? You're blessed by the devil's luck. A pact with you.
Yeah, let's go talk to the Durgan. Okay, so yeah, I did pretty well that one. Not quite a level up there for Caim yet. Sword level up though, maybe? Yes, we will save our game. A new free expedition is available. Free expeditions are just free mode. Ah, and more beautiful cutscene. As all these dudes are dead around me. Easy answer.
We are united by our need to live.
Well,
Yes, a pact.
And packs are so interesting. Yeah, this is the part that's a little interesting about it. That is Caim's soul. And they have just merged souls to become one being. Oh, we got time. It's only been 30 minutes. And Caim is clean! If I hear one of you say that she is a wyvern, not a dragon, you're wrong. It varies depending on universe. This is a dragon in the Drakengard universe. Deal with it. So now, we have a dragon friend. So nice.
They attack from the sky! Lord Caim,
Ooh.
we shall fight on the ground. You take to the sky.
And now here's the other kind of mission in Drakengard.
For us, evade their missiles.
The other part of the game is these type of fights. Ah, it's coming back to me now. The dragon's got some weight to her, so she's actually pretty fun to control, making these fights harder. So you've got these little, like, projectile targeted missiles. So you've got, like, these ones that are not targeted, they can't lock on. And then you got these ones, which are like, pew pew pew! They don't do near as much damage, but they are more reliable.
We shall burn and trash, one by one.
Then you can do a U-turn.
Human mortal is a match for my crimson wings. Fools.
But, so, while we're doing this, we're going to go over what is a pact. Because they go over it here, but I just want to talk about it because I want something to talk about. In the world of Drakengard, a human can engage in a thing called a pact with any creature. And what a pact is it is the human and the dragon, or the beast in general, because there's a lot of other beasts and pacts in this game that are not with humans. The dragon's kind of hard to control sometimes, but it's still fun. But, so what a pact is a creature and a human merge souls, as I said before. Now, for the dragon, or the creature, this is a way for them to gain a little bit of power, right? They gain a little bit of power, but it's honestly a little vague what the creature gets out of it. What the pact partner gets out of it. Meanwhile, the human, it's very clear what they get. Incomprehensible power. And I'm not even talking about the fact that Caim just, like, has a dragon now.
Still they come.
Oh yeah, we're gonna do that. Big end of the world attack. Big world ending attack there. But yeah, so, like, Caim, yeah, he's got a dragon now, right? So you'd think that'd be, oh, that's what he gets out of it. Not even just that. When in his body, he is now significantly stronger than he was before. So that badass stuff he was doing where he was just murdering everybody.
Well, human, do you enjoy flying?
I do, thank you, Angelus. I keep saying her name, I guess at this point. It's not really a spoiler because, like, she doesn't say it till later, but, like, it's not a big deal. Which, I'm not going to spoil much of the game's actual plot, but, like, little things like that I might accidentally spoil. Just because it's hard for me to just keep calling her the dragon the whole time. But, so, and finishing up what I was saying about pacts, the dragon gets power out of it, right? And so does the human. But the person must, in order to gain power from something as strong as a dragon or a golem or the spirits of water and flame and fairies and stuff, they have to sacrifice something.
place to be pitied.
Yes, they are. So basically what happens is when they merge their soul, they lose something. I'm not going to spoil what all of the characters we meet throughout the game get, because that is the thing. There will be party members, NPCs we meet throughout the game, and all of them will be pact partners with a beast. I'm not even going to spoil what Caim loses, because we will find out shortly. But yes, they have to lose something extremely precious to them in order to get this power. So for example, like losing the ability to, just for example, like feel pleasure, losing the, kind of like Baldur from God of War 2018, like he loses his ability to feel anything, but he's immortal. Similar premise, right? But anyone can do this if the beast wishes them to. Like for Caim the dragon, it was literally a, we're both about to die, let's make a pact so we can survive and be more powerful and slaughter your enemies. Because the power Caim gets is not just like the dragon, like I said. I know I'm repeating myself a little, but the tism. He also gains physical strength far beyond a normal human, which we will see. Well, you have no more weapons to equip. It's, Caim's sword's about to level up. Good. With the strength of the dragon, Caim is able to destroy wave after wave of the Imperial army, but as they battle, gargoyles and mighty flying warships draw closer to Furiai's castle. So yeah, those are the two types of missions we're going to get in the game. Well, I think there's like one other type later. But for the most part, it's just dragon.
Smell them. There are still more of them.
When fighting an area battle, press the R2 button to turn and face the targeted enemy. So this is our tutorial. The last mission and this one are a tutorial on... Oh, wow, yeah. Yeah, you're gonna get a lot of stuff like this. These are called gargoyle cubes. And they have three face. You're going to see that symbol on their faces a lot. The conjoined twin three faces. Now, I know I said in the beginning of the video that I don't much care for Drakengard 3, and it's true. But it is very lore relevant to Drakengard 1 as it is a prequel. But it's entirely different in tone. And feels too much like they're trying to goofify. Hey, there's the castle from the first mission. And we have this super powerful attack that I just love doing. It just booms right in your headphones. But also, if you can't tell from those of you who have seen my Revera stream, or if any of you are watching are my D&D players, hi guys. You can kind of see my inspiration for a lot of things I do in this game. Tinier castle right there. Look, a smaller castle. Oh, it's one thing I like is kind of like just fooling around, because we don't get a lot of stuff going on in the world of Midgard. And yes, this place is straight up just called Midgard.
Fear that strikes too much, you shall soon be toppled.
Yeah, leave me alone. No, 3 of these boys. Alright, you big ship. Boom!
Wise men choose death before war. Wiser men choose not to be born.
I don't think that's something men have choice over. Big ships. Okay, so this is the big ship. So yeah, a lot of these missions are going to be fighting big airships and big big enemy dreadnoughts and stuff in the sky. The dragon missions are honestly way more fun than playing as Caim. But playing as Caim has its own layer of fun to it as well. The dragon's got weight to her, which makes her more fun to control. Hello. It's also very hard to heal in these kind of fights, so you gotta be very careful. Yeah, and it's a little hard to control and the dragon, but
Lord Caim,
got him.
Empire soldiers have appeared around the castle. Please return at once.
How can I hear you? Magic, I guess? Now, Caim and the dragon can communicate telepathically.
Now you can dismount. Go.
She's like, get the fuck off of me for a minute, bud. The dragon leveled up a little bit. Which leads us right into the next mission, where we don't have to dismount.
The castle area must be cleared. Now go.
We can straight up continue riding the dragon.
The Empire soldiers are massing around the castle.
But archers make it tough. Yeah, you can be knocked off of the dragon.
Lord Caim, the Empire has surrounded the castle. Please hurry.
I don't remember how to call them. Yep, there we go. God, you stupid archers! Wait, where are they? Where'd they go? You! Archers make the ground segments a little bit tricky with the dragon. But she can do that.
The goddess?
And then you can do this when your magic bar is full. And it refills very quickly. Yeah, and very dragon. This game is very much dark fantasy, dragons, all the crazy stuff you'd want. And I love everything about this game. And there's a lot of people who crap on it. I don't know why I'm avoiding cuss words. This is not a Revera stream. This game would not be good for a Lakeside stream. So, lore, if you watching this and you're like, oh, this might be cool. Nah, there's some themes we want to avoid on Revera in this game. Which I do avoid.
Cut them down, yet still they come. The Empire army has been reinforced. We cannot hold them.
Biosco Pew. Okay.
Where do they all come from? Is there no end to them?
And the kill count just keeps growing.
Ash.
To mount the dragon, press the select button.
Damn! They fight as if one. They are unholy devils.
That's because they are, without too many spoilers. Yeah, so the Empire is run by something they kind of bring up. It's kind of like Dark Souls in the fact that they tell you the lore, but like, it's way more, kind of figure it out through context. And there is a few times in the game where the translation really screws things up that I will be, I will talk about when we get to those moments, and I will address what the original Japanese translation of was. Kill! Because there's a lot that they do that with in this game, because they were scared of some of the themes in a game going to the West. Another example is Square Enix being like, oh, but the silly Americans, they can't handle this. Okay. Archers, you guys need to die. Oh, I hate these archers so much. Come on, let's get them. Okay. I think I cannot mount the dragon here.
To the rear of the castle! Let not one survive! Show them the strength of the Union! Lord Caim! The Empire's reinforcements have arrived! Do ours come as well?
Yeah. Your general has a dragon now. Get him. Ah, health. That's why I jumped down. So when riding the dragon, you very rarely will get health upgrades. So it's smart to dismount if you're low on health. And I know I bitched a lot about the archers, but it totally makes sense why they're there, because otherwise Caim would just steamroll everything from atop his dragon, which it would be to no challenge. And this game is not easy. It's repetitive and very basic, but it's not easy.
The castle will fall.
What's the... I have 54 minutes, Angelus.
Lord Caim! Lord Caim! Please answer!
Listen, dude, I'm busy burning the Empire army. Okay, now I'm pretty sure that there is a... There's a dude back over here that I did not kill yet. Get him.
Your human castles are all built on sand.
What is... I don't even know what she means by that, but...
The Empire has broken through the front! Curse them! They are too strong!
Burn them! I will say Drakengard 2 vastly improves the combat for everything. More so the ground combat. The ground combat is infinitely superior in... Like, even when you're on the dragon of the second game, the combat is just so much better. The aerial combat is faster in 2, but I think 1 does a better job with making it feel like tense. Because the aerial combat in 2 is pretty, like, you're almost never in danger. I shouldn't have done that. Oh, I did get one with it. Get him.
Lord Caim! The Empire has breached the Please come quickly!
They are in the castle. Hurry and save the goddess.
The goddess is still in the castle.
Get in there.
Lord Caim, sire, we cannot hold them.
Yeah, figure that part out. Level 3. The dragon gains some bonuses, because the more you use the dragon, the stronger she gets. Yeah, we've gotten through a lot of game already. Caim's sword is now level 2. So this is why the level up with the swords, with the weapons, is so important in this game. Attack increased 3 to 6 means I'll do more damage. Combo increased 3 to 6, meaning I now do 6 attacks with the square button. The magic attack is Comet Dance level 2. And now a lot of the, I will say a lot of the like alternate endings and stuff is a lot of backtracking, so I will not make you guys watch me do that on camera.
They are in the castle. Hurry!
Yeah. Get him. Yeah, well, see, we're doing so much more damage to these chuckles. And that was the third type of mission. And these are some of the... Most of the cutscenes in the game are going to look like this. See? Caim's realizing something.
So, your voice is lost. A trifling price to pay for that.
Yep, Caim cannot speak. Interesting take on the silent protagonist.
No matter. I shall speak for the both of us.
Mm-hmm.
Into the castle alone? Very well. I will await you here. I will know soon enough when you die. My life is now your life.
See, I love how they do that.
Live on hatred alone.
Says you. I'm gonna go in here now. So, fun thing I might try to do with this is I may have Caim... I may talk like... I may be his inner monologue. Because you can see Caim is still communicating with the dragon mentally, and she is responding back to him, which is really cool. So Caim has lost the ability to speak. As the text is about to read, Caim is now mute, and the mark of the Pact is branded on his tongue. Such is the price he must pay for a pact with a beast as mighty as a dragon. If the goddess Furia is killed, the seals that protect the world from chaos will be lost. Caim's friend Inuit is with her, but Caim cannot delay. He must hurry to the goddess and save her. Now, so, they're going to explain the seals and all that in the story, so I don't need to. So, every person who has a pact, they have a mark somewhere on their body to signify what they lost. Like, for example, Caim's lost his ability to speak. His brand's on his tongue. But, yeah, but I have a story to read. Sharpness fine, reach long. Material steel, combo hit 6. Next level, 237 kills. A gift to Caim, and then, so obviously you see the first part, which is the top, I don't know why I'm pointing at it. A gift to Caim from his beloved father. Yeah, we read all that one. But the dark shadow of the Empire fell over their peaceful kingdom. The Empire grew stronger and stronger until one day Caim's castle was attacked by Imperial Black Dragons. So right now we've just got one longsword and one axe, but we will get many weapons throughout the game. As I said, one of the endings requires it. Now, loading. Oh, straight into it.
Lady Furry Eye is on the top floor of the keep. Please, hurry, sire.
Footy Eyes on the top floor of the keep. There's not room to spare. Display the hide enemy's health indicators plus the L3 button. Yeah, and as you can tell, all of the music has this kind of sound to it. Which I enjoy. Like, they're not super catchy tunes, but they give off the vibe that the game is supposed to give off. This dark, dark vibe. Now, Drakengard 2 still has themes like this, but Drakengard 2's music is a lot more fantasy. Drakengard 2 is a much less dark game, but still is dark. And still has a great story. And I actually am one of the few Drakengard fans who prefers Drakengard 2.
Pact partners can hear each other's voices.
Yep, how you doing, Dragon?
Voice? Well, it is akin to sending ripples through the air.
But yeah, so when we get to Drakengard 2, I'll talk in more detail about that. I personally do really, really like Drakengard 2. I love Drakengard 1, don't get me wrong. I love this game to death. But I like Drakengard 2 a little bit more because the stories, I'd say Drakengard 1 has a darker, more messed up story, and Drakengard 2 has a slightly better story. But Drakengard 2's gameplay is actually pretty decent combo-centric gameplay. So, where Drakengard 1 falls flat is the combos and the gameplay. Drakengard 2 succeeds. But we'll get more to that when we get to Drakengard 2. But I just wanted to throw that out there that I will be playing both games. Alright, Caim. Let's go murder some Chuckles.
Our oath, the world's oath, they are the same.
Oh, are they? I got a new weapon. This guy has so much HP. This is like a special hidden enemy.
You must not die here. Remember our pact.
I've got 30 seconds.
Allowed to live.
Oh, he does so much damage. I didn't do bad against him. This is not an enemy you're supposed to kill.
The Imperial soldiers, their strength is inhuman.
Is it? Yeah, so basically the way I look at it is Drakengard 1 is the dark, gritty, Berserk-esque chapter. Drakengard 2 is the more high fantasy, but still dark fantasy, like, what's a good example of it in an anime form, I guess? More like a Fate or Attack on Titan, kinda. Which, if you think Attack on Titan is as dark as Berserk, you are dead wrong. And Drakengard 2 has more of those vibes. Meanwhile, Drakengard 3 is a mess, and I have not decided, but I'm probably not playing Drakengard 3 on the channel, unless you guys really want me to.
Upwards, upwards, the seal is above. The goddess seal is there. Die, 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 die.
That's a lot of dies. You did progress. Try playing some free expansion to build up experience. Yeah. they're like, hey, your health's below half. Maybe that means you should try some free expeditions. Which I may do off-screen just to grind Caim up a little bit, just because no point in you guys having to deal with me being all low level and whatnot. And the music's very repetitive and it sticks. It's not that it's catchy, it just sticks in your head. Now, is Drakengard... So here's the thing. Drakengard will lead into having the franchise with the best music in all of gaming. And I will not dispute, and I will not hear arguments. But that kind of starts with Drakengard 1 with the main theme, Growing Wings, which you guys heard in the intro.
The goddess is forced to the top floor.
The funny thing is, the music in Drakengard 2, I feel like is where, and this is where I very much disagree with a fellow YouTuber by the name of Clemps. I feel like Drakengard 2 is where the music gets really good. He surmises that it was just straight up Nier, which Nier is where it's perfected, and even Automata doesn't compare to Nier Replicant's music. Nier Replicant just has perfect music, in my opinion. So, fun fact for you all. This franchise is my favorite video game franchise of all time. It will never be surpassed in my mind. I am really hoping for these games, Drakengard 1, 2, and 3, to get remastered at some point, but I really doubt that'll ever happen. So, yeah, that's not gonna happen. Well, a hidden treasure box has appeared. It said sword, shields, armor. So in the armory. In a armory. Haha! Well, that's just a healy one. But also, I just love the vibe of this game. Just darkness and grittiness. But also still anime as hell. But you can't tell me that our boy Caim here...
No forgiveness. Unforgiven. No.
Yeah, shut up, the Watchers are corrupting you. But yeah, like, our boy Caim here doesn't give off some very guts vibes running through. His sword even has some vibes of some pre-Eclipse Dragon Slayer sword, doesn't it? Another weapon! Now, these ground missions, the one where you're in castles and stuff, are the ones that are more fun. Because you get to explore a little bit. And now they're a lot of the same vibe, just castles and stuff like that. But I'm having fun right now. I am enjoying playing this video game. And that's all that matters. Is it tedious? Is it a little monotonous? Yes. But it is fun. It's more fun to me than Dynasty Warriors just because, A, the music is... It's probably because of the vibes. The music is better, the characters are more interesting, because Caim has more personality in the 2-3 cutscenes you guys have seen so far than every character in a Dynasty Warriors game. And, I'm gonna fire some shots here, any character in a modern Final Fantasy game. I'm hoping is rectified with 16. Which, not gonna lie... Clive from 16? He gives me some, Caim vibes a little bit. Clive gives me Caim vibes. Especially the post, because they've already spoiled there's going to be a time skip. Post-time skip Clive? That boy has Caim vibes. There's nothing in here. Also, fun fact for you viewers who didn't know I used to have long hair, Caim is the reason I first grew my hair out when I was 11, I think. Because I know I said earlier that I played this game when it first came out. I don't think that's true. I think I got it after it first. Like, 6 months after, which would have been when I turned 11 in 2004. I'm pretty sure I received this as a present from my mom because she saw dragons and she didn't know what video game ratings meant. And she thought M for mature meant that it was a mature and thought-provoking game. Which it is. Drakengard very much is, but I should not have played this game at 11 years old, but to be fair, I understood none of the darker subject matter, which you guys have not seen yet. I just saw cool guys on a dragon and doing this cool thing. And I didn't understand any of it until much later. Now, I personally very, very much would love a, what am I looking for here? Drakengard 4 of some kind. And for, oh, well, that's Nier and Nier Automata. No, it's not. They are not Drakengard. You can make the argument that Nier is... They are Drakengard games, because they are direct sequels to Drakengard 1. Which they are, 100%. Ah! The big open area.
You must defeat them if we are to move onward.
Oh. These fuckers are annoying. Get him. Treasure box.
Lady Furii is further within.
One thing I don't like is this random dude. Furii's room is before you. Hurry. Oh, come on, let's get all these mooks. Yeah, so I don't blame many of you if this is all, like, just stuff you... Like, the boring parts, like, yeah, I know, I'm gonna be background noise for a lot of you while you're playing other video games, but I very much enjoy this game, and I hope I can bring the joy of one of my favorite games. This is not my favorite game of all time. This is my favorite game series, and this is my tied for third favorite in the franchise just because of the story and the characters with Nier Automata. I know that is a bold thing to say that I like Drakengard 1 as much as Nier Automata.
Lady Furii's chamber lies ahead.
But I do. But my favorite is definitely Nier Replicant. That's my favorite game of all time. And then I think I like Drakengard 2 just a smidge more than Drakengard 1 and Nier Automata. If I had to pick between this game and Nier Automata, I would definitely pick Nier Automata as far as gameplay, but Drakengard as far as story. So we'll see. But I'm gonna shut up now because scenes. And you obtain the weapon Knight's Vow. Take the weapon Glory's Bane. Alright. Let's look at the explanations a little bit. Very weak weapon. This weapon is very weak, if I remember this one but has very good magic. Now let's look at its weapon. This sword belonged to a royal family whose kingdom was destroyed by an evil dragon. The vengeful rage of the family smolders deep within the blade, hidden by the sword's gaudy beauty. We'll equip it just for now, because right now we equip every weapon we can. And we finally got our first spear. Knight's Vow. Now this one is a powerful weapon with a lot of reach and can hit very hard. A long time ago there was a dragon who could not fly. This gruff yet noble-hearted dragon had never seen a human until the day he came across a gravely injured knight. Ullr's Bolt. So if you can see from like the fact that they're mentioning Damocles and Ullr, so like if we really... They were remembering like Ullr, Ymir, and Damocles. Yeah, they're very heavy inspiration from mythology in this game. A new free expedition is available, which is stuff I will be doing off screen so you guys don't have to deal with it. The Goddess's Chambers.
Stop!
I like Inuart's design, honestly, just as much as Caim's. Especially his sword. His sword looks so cool. Which is why I'm glad that the main character of the second game has a sword very similar to Inuart's. For reasons. That's giving hints to things that you guys are not even going to have a clue about until we finish this, like, 50-hour game. Yeah, I'm coming, bro! Yeah, I'm coming! Oh, stab, stab, stab. And...
Full of bloodlust as always.
Listen, bitch. If I wasn't, my sister would be
But you
dead.
helped me. Once again.
Yeah, because you're fucking useless. So I can't talk to a mouse. I can't. Oh, dang it. It's all just my thoughts. Shit. Damn it.
Caim, you cannot speak.
No shit, Sherlock. Look at my tongue. And that's his mark. His brand of the Pact.
A pact.
This is such an interesting take on the silent protagonist. I love it so much.
The castle is no longer safe. I thought I would take Furiai to the elf village. Since the elves are bound to eternal neutrality, their village will be a safe haven from the Empire.
True.
While it may be dangerous to take the goddess from the castle, what else is there to do? Furiai is the goddess that protects the sacred seal. But before that, she was my betrothed. I will protect her. And what about you, Caim? You once called Furiai your sister.
She's still my sister, bro. She's just a goddess now. Just because you can't fuck her, don't get mad at me. Yeah, Furiai doesn't have a lot of personality, sadly. She has some, but most of the personality from the game comes from Caim, Inuart, and the other protagonists. Yielding to Inuart, Caim agrees to go with Furiai and Inuart to the elf village. Happy for the chance to travel with Furiai, Inuart sings a song. Little does he know where a false hope leads him. And with that, guys, I'm going to end episode 1 of Let's Play Drakengard, and I hope that you guys tune in for episode 2. Thanks so much for watching.